I spoke with, in the floral, was busy with a customer. He was busy with a customer, an elderly customer. And my take with the elderlies, they can talk your head off. Now, yes, I know, and I understand. They made through the journey of their lives. But, my goodness, give other people a chance. But don't get me wrong, it is quite pleasant having a chat with them. But keeping going on for nearly or over an hour, please cut me some slack here, lady. And also, of course, those like my mom, they are a different generation, born and grew up at the times where their form of communication was those tethered telephones and those things, connected to the wall. But I bet their parents before them used to complain running up the damn phone bill. So as that old lady was running up my dime, I had little left. I mean, she was incredible. The representative tells me there was going to be someone else coming in, but that someone else, the co-worker, of course, was gone for too long. And the elderly woman just kept on talking for too long. I told this to the representative. I was going to come back to pick them up and purchase just the 4 individual flowers. That's it. That was only it. I mean, like, I don't know. I don't often buy flowers, and like, it's fun to give a little gift, but when planning ahead in advance and it's not going out as you would have thought, it gets aggravating or annoying. And man, how that elderly lady and the representative were annoying. And that other co-worker still wasn't coming in. Man, that woman's mouth was going on endlessly. Well, kind of like me right now, I guess. But the thing was, I planned ahead, and it may sound a bit righteous. It's a bit, but okay, here's the thing. Here's how I see it. When it comes to customer assistance, if busy in the process assisting customers, like actively speaking, okay, it's understandable to must wait for like your turn. Once the process of assisting a customer is completed, and hopefully the customer have finally received and finished with getting the service he or she need. And hopefully, again, it would allow the representative to move on with assisting to the next person. But if having a really long chat with a customer and there's not a single active process yet with assisting the customer, and all this customer is doing but blah, 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 blah. And at the same time, there's someone else waiting to be next for assistance. The first thing I agree what he did was letting me know someone else will be back to help. Where that is fine, that is okay. But if someone came ahead already, came in before, telling we'll be back later, if for sure back later, like I said before, if there's no active process, if not yet doing something to assist a customer, but just having some kind of long chat, wouldn't be maybe, only maybe, cut the conversation nicely and kindly ask the customer if it would be all right that he or she can assist the other person that's been waiting to pick up something. And I think giving a brief explanation wouldn't hurt if the customer is fair to understand and not act like some entitled Karen. Okay, just a little demonstration. Excuse me, please. Will it be all right with you? I can help this other person. It won't take too long. I'm just going to bring something what this other person had requested before in advance. Is that fine with you? That's it. That's it. Why couldn't that come up in his mind that way? Then maybe there may be enough time. Maybe my plan would work out well. But sadly, it just didn't happen for that kind of solution from the situation. I waited for 20 minutes. That lady still going. And the person he says who was supposed to come back was still not back from wherever this person may be. And I was becoming restless and feeling down in the dumps. So there were these standing post fixtures that look almost like benches. And I decided to take a seat on one of them. I was willing enough to wait until the clock hits the dot. Being time to leave, which could lead that this elderly lady keeps yapping on to his attention, and the other co-worker, again, wherever this person may be, still didn't come in. And I ended up not being able to buy the flowers I wanted. That's just like, I'm just saying that, like, hypothetically speaking, in an expression. That could have happened if it was time for me to have to leave on the dot without buying flowers. So if she was going to keep going on like this with her talking, he could try kindly step aside and hopefully she would be reasonable to understand. That's the part which I couldn't understand. Remembering back about that moment, that experience, it was depressing. It pretty hurt. that pretty hurts. Like, I couldn't understand it. Like, I worked in retail before, and that was my very first job, and it was pretty helpful. And they'll do like a pre-exercise, and like give a demonstration. Like if you're in the store alone by yourself on the sale floor, in that exercise, and mind you, it was the limited two, which now the name of the store changed to Justice. It was like an all little girls wear apparel clothing store. So yes, you're working on the sale floor alone by yourself, and you're busy with the first customer, and then a second customer comes and approach you in the middle of assisting the first customer, and that second customer comes in and requests for an assistance. So you stop for a moment with the first customer, and then you bring your attention to the second customer and politely let them know, or kindly let the second customer know, okay, I am busy with, I'm already busy with a customer. If you don't mind, if you can wait for a moment once I'm finished with this customer, and I will get back with you. Or, like with my experience, if I saw the customer that was previously present in a head advance already before, then I'm already with a customer in the middle of it. I will say to this customer in the middle of it, like, okay, and like I said, I would kindly let this customer know, oh, if you don't mind, wait and allow me for a moment to help with this customer that was already came in before, so I can bring what this customer needs, needs or want or requests. It won't take too long. It'll just take a few minutes, and then I will get back with you and proceed. Will that be fine with you? Something like that. And hopefully you have the encounter with reasonable customers and not the Karens. Hopefully. So when I took a seat, he noticed, and he didn't like it that I was sitting on whatever I was sitting on, and he requests for me to get off from it. He didn't give me the word not to sit on the thing. He signaled me not to sit on that thing I was sitting on. I had this like restless expression. If he was smart to be able like to tell that I've been waiting for almost over 20 minutes. I didn't want to believe it would take too long to just drape wrap 4 single individual roses. And that was all I wanted. I told him that beforehand, ahead of time. I didn't want to believe it had to be this complicated. Which, like, why? Why? So I got up and got off from the thing. A minute or two after, finally, he decided to kindly step aside from the elderly customer, letting her know I had been waiting. And if she was okay, he could help me. Thankfully, she was understanding. Well, ain't that something else? So, finally, he was almost going to start wrapping up the roses until finally, again, the other co-worker arrived. So then he asked her to start wrapping up the individual roses. And as she was about to, he suggests to add along the baby's breath for the roses, and offered I didn't have to pay for it, just pay the roses, the cost of the roses itself alone. Oh, what a sweet gesture for keeping me waiting.